Hello everyone! Today we're going to talk about 7 Sins, a game created by Hugo Jimenez and edited by Venatus Editions. 7 Sins is a card game for ages 10 and up from 2 to 6 players and with an approximate duration of 20 minutes. The main goal in the game is to be the most holy or the most sinful player. Cards and setup. In 7 Sins, there are 3 different types of cards. You've got sin cards. In these, we can see the illustration and name of that particular sin and a value indicating its severity. In the temptation cards, these we can see the sins depicted as well, but they are more numerous and they're used to tempt the sins. They form the temptation deck. Angel and demon cards, special cards that are also in the temptation deck. To start playing, place the 7 sins in order in the middle of the table, and right next to them, the temptation deck. Each player takes 2 faith cubes and 2 sin cards. Once the starting player has been decided, we've got everything we need and we're ready to play. Player's turn. At the beginning of the turn, the player draws a new card from the temptation deck. In the sinner mode, you can draw a temptation card from the table among the sins any player already has. After that, you can perform one of the following actions. Tempt a sin from the table. Place a temptation card over a sin from the middle of the table. If that is the second card, the player takes that sin and leaves the temptations in its place. Tempt an own sin or another player's one. Place the temptation card over the sin in the game zone of a player. If that is the second card, the player takes the sin and leaves the temptation cards in the middle of the table. Play an angel and demon card. These are special cards and their actions are described on them. You can recover 1 faith point by discarding them without having used them. Bend a faith point. The player loses a faith point in exchange of putting a card in the limbo pile. When a player sins, the limbo cards will be distributed between the rest of the players, applying their effects immediately and in order. The game ends when the temptation cards are over. At the end, the last 2 rounds are played with the cards the players have in their hands. In the holy mode, the winner is the player with the lowest sin score at the end of the game. And in the sinner mode, the player who gets all the sins or has the highest sin score wins. 7 Sins can also be played between teams of 2 versus 2 or 3 versus 3. And that's all for today. Are you ready to sin? Or would you rather be living a life free from all sin? Pray or sin, but do it with 7 Sins. See you later.